Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be reviewing Legend by Marie Lu. So Legend. I heard about this book from Cass J. Tuck. If you don't follow her on Twitter or Tumblr, she's great. She does really good book reviews and movie reviews, and seems to be a really awesome person. I heard she had talked about Legend a lot, so I was curious to see what it was about. So I was in the airport and I saw it and I was like, I'm looking for a good book to read in the airplane. So I picked it up and I finished it in like 2 days. I could not put the book down. It is a dystopian book, which sometimes, I'm guilty of this too. Right now, dystopian books are very popular. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, not another one. And for me, I kind of have the same feeling, to be honest, just because I feel like, it's hard for it to be original. Just because there are so many out there that, of course, it's hard to get new ideas because pretty much everything's been covered. Or almost everything. But this book totally surprised me. I love this book. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't read it, come back after you read it and watch it. Okay, so this is a spoiler review. Okay, so in Legend. So Legend is basically about this girl named June Icarus, and they live in this government called the Republic. It's basically post-apocalyptic, and then there's different pockets around the world, around what used to be the United States. So the Republic. The Republic is basically for wealthy citizens, and like June lives in Los Angeles, which was formerly known as Los Angeles, but yeah. So she lives in Los Angeles, and she is a prodigy. The thing with this dystopian book is that every child, when they're 10 years old, they have to go to what is called the trials. Now, the trials are basically a test that every child has to take to see what kind of job they're going to get when they get older. But the thing about this test is that if you fail, you get shipped off to what they call a work camp. We later find out they basically kill these kids. It's basically like a population control. So if you don't do well, you're basically killed off, and it's really bad. So June, she is a prodigy. She got perfect score on this exam, so she's instantly in the military, like very high officer. She's really close to her brother, Mateus. I love Mateus. Oh, my heart. But the interesting twist is that there's another guy named Jay. Jay lives in the slums of Los Angeles. He has 2 brothers, an older one and a younger one. His older brother is John, his younger brother is Eden, and then his mom. So June is basically what's called a runner. He is very quick on his feet. He steals to survive. He's really good. He's basically like the master of parkour. Like, he jumps from building to building, rooftop to rooftop, ceiling to ceiling. Like, he's like amazing, yeah. So he basically is a runner. He steals from people, but the thing about Day is he doesn't kill people at all. He's very against not killing people. He's just trying to survive. Because he's the main provider of the family. So Day, we find out that he failed his exams. But later on, we find out that he didn't. The government saw him as a threat, so they say that he failed even though he got the other perfect score. So circumstances bring June and Day together because June's brother, Mateus, gets stabbed when Day's basically trying to find cures for this plague, which basically it infects people, and their pupils go like really red, and it's really bad. So he's trying to find these cures, which cures cost money, and Day doesn't really have a lot of money. So he basically goes to the hospital to try to steal some. He tries to do that, and in his escape, he meets up with Mateus. And what happens is it's really dark, and Mateus throws his knife. Jay throws his knife at Mateus' shoulder, but the thing with Mateus is he's an officer in the Republic Army, so he's very like he has lots of protection, like armor, stuff like that. So we see that, and then Jay runs off, thinking that I just hit him on the shoulder, he'll be fine. Well, it turns out that Mateus actually dies. And so whenever June goes to see her brother, she's really upset and she wants to kill Day. She's like, why would this person kill my brother? Like, this person's a criminal. I'm going to do everything in my power to catch this person. He's a criminal. Everything in my power to kill him because he killed my brother. And June's parents died, so her brother was the only person that she had left. And now that her brother's gone, she's basically alone, pretty much. Okay, so then what turns into an interesting event is a criminal and military prodigy of the Republic have to meet together because there's a conspiracy going on. It's kind of like what would happen if you had to work with your enemy. Like, how would you deal with that? You know, like, how would you deal? So basically, they have to work together to uncover the Republic's conspiracy. The Republic sees Day as a threat. They hate Day. They don't want him to live. But the thing is that the people, they basically like are all in front of Day. They like support Day. They're basically trying to rebel against this Republic that says the poor people have to stay in the slums and the rich people get all the privileges. So Day and June basically work together because they meet, and June notices that whenever she sees her father's body, he was struck in the heart and not the shoulder. So come to find out, Mateus's best friend, Thomas, I believe. That name's totally wrong. I'm sorry. I've read this book like a month ago, but yeah, basically kills Day. Basically kills Mateus, because Mateus figured out that there was a conspiracy going on and that the work camps that they were sending kids to was basically shipping them off to their deaths or to be experimented upon. So yeah, so June is shocked that the person her brother's best friend would like do this. So June and Day work together. They basically try to take down the Republic. They basically try to join the Patriots, which is this rebel group. And then Day has a best friend named Tess. Tess and Day grew up on the streets. They cared for each other. They have a really good friendship. And then when June comes into the picture, Tess is jealous. She doesn't like June because she's always been well fed, well cared for. She's like the military prodigy. Like, the Republic loves her. So yeah. So they have a really interesting relationship. And then they go and they try to fight off the Republic. And I was happy that they finally got to the Patriots. The Patriots finally found them, and they're basically, it ends with them joining up. So, pros about this book. This book was very fast-paced. I wasn't bored. I was instantly hooked in, too. Because it's dystopian, I've read a lot, so it's hard for me to, like, get excited. But this was interesting because it's the Republic. It was interesting about the trials, how there was 10 instead of 16, which is other books are only 16. 3. I liked how your former enemy had to work with the protagonist. You know, it was like, how would I react if someone had killed, or someone who I thought killed my sister or my friend, and now I have to work with them to take down this evil Republic. Like, how would I react? How would I deal with that? So yeah. And this book, there are so many cliffhangers. Like, when I found out that Mateus's best friend actually killed him, I was just like, what? Why? And you find out why. But yeah, this book is so good. It's not that long, so if you get kind of overwhelmed by long books. I mean, I love Divergent, but I know some people say that Divergent is really long. It's hard to get through. But yeah, this book is not long. It's probably like 200 pages. It's really not that bad. Marie Lu, oh my gosh, she was such a good writer just because the dialogue is witty, it's realistic, it's not like cheesy, because June and Day, it's not that typical like, I love you but I can't have you. Like, their love is real. They're in a horrible situation, they hate where they live, they're trying to take down the evil government, they have people breathing down their neck, and then whenever basically Day goes to warn his family about the plague, their house has been marked as an X, which means soldiers are coming to take away Eden, who gets infected with the plague. Basically what happens is the soldiers come, they try to fight them off, because June basically leads them to their house. Because the thing is, she still doesn't trust Day at this point. So they're basically led to the house, and she's basically with the officers. When they shoot his mom, they take away Eden, they take away John, and then basically capture Day. because she leads them to him. And Day's going to be executed, but then June begins to realize that again, she needs to trust Day and that there is a conspiracy going on. And so John basically agrees to take Day's place. And he's gunned down by a firing squad. So again, Day's now lost pretty much everyone except his brother, who's basically been shipped off to be experimented upon because he's the plague. So yeah, this book, it was just so good. I'm reading Prodigy right now, which is the sequel. It's great. Definitely give this book a chance. Again, like, what did you think of this book? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Was it just like other dystopian books? What did you like about it? What do you think will happen in Prodigy? Do you think June and Day will have a good relationship? Do you think they will be able to work with the Patriots? What's going to happen? Are they going to be able to stop the plague, overthrow the evil elector? And then, how would you react when you had to work with an enemy? How would you react whenever you had to work with an enemy? Again, comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Tumblr, Allison Youth. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And my next video will be about Prodigy, the sequel. Thanks for watching.